Hi, this is John at Happy Wife Acres, and today we're making chicken and noodle soup with homemade egg noodles. So a couple of weeks ago when we made a video about visiting the neighborhood nest, Chef Amber Tipton inspired me to make some more fresh noodles. So that's what we're going to do. When we bring you a recipe, we bring you stuff that can be made quickly. It's still good for you. We know you're busy. We're busy. We don't have a lot of time, but we love good food. So we're going to make some fresh noodles today. These are egg noodles that you buy at the store. There's nothing wrong with them. We use them all the time. We're not food snobs. We just occasionally like something different. So the egg noodles, real simple. I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 whole eggs, and a teaspoon of salt for flavor. Pour the salt in, pour the eggs in. You just want to stir this about until it gets wet. You can do this with your hands. I just don't want to get my hands dirty right now. If your dough is dry, and this is a little dry, just add water, but add it in small increments. So just like a tablespoon at a time. Once the dough starts getting sticky, you can turn that out on your counter so you can work it by hand. If you eat gluten-free, this is not the dish for you. You need to go buy some of those delicious Amish egg noodles from Amber Tipton at the neighborhood nest. After a while, it all comes together in a nice tight ball like this. I'm going to cover it in plastic wrap and just let it rest for a while we start cooking some soup. So here are the ingredients for the soup. Got about 1.5 cups of celery, about 1.5 cups of diced carrots, a small onion. That's about 2 cups of sliced chicken. I'm using thighs. You could use breast. You could avoid the chicken altogether. I've got about 1/2 stick of butter to saute it all in, and a jar of homemade chicken stock. You don't have to have homemade chicken stock. You can buy the stuff at the store, make it really convenient. By the way, this stock was made out of chicken feet, which has a lot of collagen in it. It gives it flavor, and it's really good for you. Let's start by melting the butter. So I've added the celery, the carrots, the onion, and the chicken. I'm going to let that all saute together. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of crushed garlic because, well, garlic. And finally, some salt and pepper. No specific amounts, just what looks right. You know your tastes. So now back to the noodles. I've let this rest covered in plastic wrap for about 20 minutes. It's getting real soft. You see all that? So all that flour and egg and the water is all coming together. I'm going to turn it out and just work it a little bit more. I've got some flour here just to keep it from sticking to everything, including my hands. Just going to push it out, and we're going to roll it and cut it. It's okay to have a lot of flour on this. That's just going to make your soup a little thicker. We like our noodles thick, so that's okay. And it also means I don't have to roll as much. So we're going to cut this into strips. I'm going to start by just cutting this in half. I'm using a pizza roller. You can use a knife, use whatever you feel comfortable using. I'm just going to cut it into strips. It's your noodles, cut them to the size you want. And I'm going to dust them with more flour so they don't stick together. And get that on all the pieces. So while I was rolling out and cutting the noodles, the vegetables have sauteed. Everything's cooked. So it's time to add the stock. Again, this is the stock. I want you to see this. It hardly wants to pour out. Very thick. This layer on top, that's actually fat, and that is flavor. Pour that in. I'm going to add another jar of water. Just let that heat up. So the broth is boiling and I'm going to put in the noodles. This will only take 3 or 4 minutes for all this to cook. If you're still with me, I'm going to give you one secret ingredient, and that is peanut butter. Yes, peanut butter. It goes very well with chicken. It will not overpower the soup. And everyone who eats it will say, that's good, but they won't taste the peanut butter. So I let it simmer for a few minutes and it's time to serve it up. Do not worry about overcooking these noodles. They are quite toothsome, so they will not fall apart like a normal pre-made bag of noodles. And now my favorite time to taste. Okay, this is good. Definitely you can taste the carrots, the celery, and if I try real hard, I can pick up on that peanut butter. It's there, it's just not prominent. The noodles, they're not like bag noodles at all. They're very toothsome, almost like a dumpling. But I think that's what makes this so special. Hey, it's still cold outside. Go make you some chicken noodle soup and make you some homemade noodles to go in it. You'll really enjoy it. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon on the homestead. Bye. I'm gonna eat my soup.